Working here at East Prairie has been a really neat experience. When I started here, I got to create my classroom from nothing. It was a new classroom that they were opening, so I really got to have a hand in the development of the classroom, the resources that were going to be used, what the framework for supporting students in the gen ed classroom and in the self-contained special ed classroom was going to look like. So there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect between the theory that's taught in the classroom when you're preparing teachers to teach in a classroom and the practice that teachers get when they come to schools to complete their student teaching and their clinical internships and things like that. It seems like the research is advocating for more of a connection between universities and school districts so that there can be a more meaningful learning and hands-on opportunity for students. We created a learning language through the arts program where we partnered with a community organization. They were running an arts program, and so we wanted to explore the way that vocab could be taught to English language learners. Students use different language with each other than they do with teachers, and then they use kind of a hybrid of, or a mix of those two different ways of communicating when they communicate with their parents. So with their peers, they used a lot more general language and talked around specific ideas and concepts, whereas when they were interacting directly with a teacher or another adult in the classroom, they used the vocabulary, they were very formal in their language. And then when they interacted with their parents and they were either revisiting an idea that we discussed in class or they were engaged in a hands-on activity, they used a combination of formal language and informal language. I'm really interested in exploring school-wide positive behavior supports and how a school-wide implementation can reduce the referral rate for students into special ed services. Positive behavior supports at the school-wide level really address the climate of the school. It sets expectations for student behavior that are created to promote more time spent on learning, right, in the classroom. So if a school has, for example, East Prairie has be safe, be responsible, and be respectful as our school-wide expectations for student behavior. And so we spend a lot of time pre-teaching those to students. We spend a lot of time using the specific language with students and modeling what it looks like to be respectful, responsible, and safe in various environments in the school, both structured learning centers and as well as like non-structured time like lunch and recess. And then from there's an incentive system that is usually built into a school-wide implementation where students are acknowledged for maintaining those behaviors. And then when students don't maintain those behaviors, it's really used as a learning opportunity to teach and interact with the students as opposed to just delivering a consequence.